Welcome to pattern making class. I'm your college instructor, Annette Julie, and today we are working on making a copy of our basic front bodice, and this is in full scale. You need your paper, scissors, pens and pencil, perhaps some tape, curve ruler, pattern weights, clear plastic ruler or metal ruler, your basic 1 dart front bodice, and some alphanumeric pattern paper. So I love this marking paper, real easy to work with, and when you're making your first grain line, you always want to make sure wherever you make it you have enough room. If I put the grain line here, we're hanging over the edge. So we have to make sure we make it with enough room to trace off the whole pattern. That looks good. So always we start with a straight line there at the center front and the center back. We'll be doing this for the back in another video. We're going to lay down our copy. We're going to weight that down, matching the grain line. And match the grain line down there at the bottom. And I'm going to trace off my pattern. Neckline. This shoulder, which happens to be 5 inches because this is a size 8. The front neckline 4.5. Our armhole. Our front here is 9 inches. Front armhole. And now we're going to trace off our side seam. So let's turn this around. You can always put a straight ruler against a straight line. And now our waist. Also too, you can keep the ruler just sort of close to that pattern so that you don't use it for the edge, but prevent from drawing all over the rest of your pattern. Here's that notch. We're at the waist. Make sure we get all of our corners. So like I said, you can use the ruler to hold the pattern down as you're tracing the edge off. The next waist notch, used for sewing. And now we're going to mark the inner pieces, our apex, and the dart tip, and the drill hole. Good. Let's make sure we have everything before we lift this up, including our notches. Great. Connecting our dart legs from the dart tip. The upper one is the apex, 1 inch away, and then 1/2 inch down from the dart tip is the drill hole. For manufacturing purposes, they make a little small hole in a garment, right? And then the seamstress sews the 2 dart legs past it by 1/2 inch. Okay, there's our copy. And for the next pattern I'm working with, I need to cut this out. So let's go ahead and cut this out. I'm going to cut out my neckline. Let's trim a little paper away. Let's go ahead and grab that shoulder and grab that. Now we're going to get into the armhole. We have that armhole notch there. You can always put a little U around it so you can see it. Into the armhole. And if the curve is a little bit tight for you to cut, you can come back the other direction. You can start from the side seam. And then you can come in. We've got to go ahead and do our side seam and our waist. I think I'll do my waist right now. Let's cut up our side seam. And that just leaves the center front. You could always fold it under. We'll cut it off. And now we have cut out our front bodice. Let's get a grain line on it. And this is our front one dart basic bodice. Copy. Size 8 with your name and the date, and then we can use this for our next pattern that we're working on. This is Annette Julie, and I look forward to you checking out one of my next videos.